Hey guys, and welcome back to the GTO channel. And this is your player ratings video of Norwich 1, Chelsea 3. Obviously, this will come out the next day after we beat Norwich 3-1 away from home at Carrow Road. So, yeah, let's get into it straight away. Like, comment, and mainly subscribe because 70% of you guys who watch my videos are not subscribed. So, please do subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. On the road to 100, so yeah, help me get there, people. But yeah, let's start off with the player ratings, and obviously I'm gonna get off started with the manager. First of all, Thomas Tuchel. With the lineup, I'm gonna keep things real. Was I happy with it? No. But did I care? No. I just wanted the win. I was sort of surprised to see Saul in the team. I thought Alonso would play because he was in training recently. I guess he wasn't ready. Timo Werner played instead of Ziyech, and Ziyech might not be ready. So I was like, fair. All right. So overall with the team, I wasn't too happy with it, but in the end, I thought he made the subs that he had to make. I mean, Aspilicueta felt ill, so he had to take him off at half time for Ruben. So who else was there? There was no Pulisic, there was no Callum. So Ruben was the only other option there, and he played right wing back at Burnley anyway. Kante came on just for stability, and Lukaku came on because I think we needed a goal to see off the game. So that was good subs, good game management. And when you need to get serious, he did. So yeah, overall, I'll give Thomas Tuchel I'm gonna give him a 9 because the one thing I'll also say for outside, the reason why I'm giving him a 9 is mainly because of obviously what's going on with the club. With Roman Abramovich getting sanctioned, and all this stuff. And I felt like mentally he's definitely handled himself well, and I feel like he's managed to calm the squad down and make them focus as well. And I think he's really going to help us guide through this, at least on the pitch, and concentrate on still winning things this season because there's still things this season that we can win. So yeah, hopefully we just move. And yeah, he gets a 9 because I feel like even just from a mental perspective and the way he's handling things in interviews and the talks he's probably given to his players, fair play, man. And that's my manager. Him and Emma Hayes, absolutely brilliant in terms of the way those two have handled the situation on camera and off camera. So fair play to both of them. So yeah, Tuchel gets a 9 for me. We'll move on now. Goalkeeper, Edouard Mendy. Couldn't do anything about the penalty. Look, penalties are 50-50. It's a lottery, to be honest with you. So, yeah, he never saves them. But on the ball today, I felt like he was very, very good. Played some really good passes. And showed Donnarumma not to be wasteful, on the ball and not to take too much time. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that one was for you, Donnarumma. I hope you watch that tonight. But, yeah, he gets a 7 for today. Solid job from him. Move on to the back three now. And can I just say before I get to the back three, I mean, considering how they played as a unit in the second half, I mean, if that's going to be life without Rudiger, and even Christensen as well, because he's going to leave, and especially if we can't get anyone in, then boy, it could be a long next season. That's all I'm going to say. But luckily, we got Thiago Silva, who's going to be there another year. We'll start off with him, though. I thought he was good today. Personally, I thought he done his job, done what he had to do. I thought he was a little bit too cheeky on the ball at times, but got away with most of it. Defensively solid, showed his leadership as always. Considering, I would say the two centre backs beside him don't really have that leadership skills that he does. So I think you have to do a lot in terms of communication, showing your leadership and all that, and your skill set as a centre back. So for me, done really well today. I'll give Thiago Silva 7.5. Move on to Andreas Christensen. I thought he was okay today. Playing the Rudiger role. I mean, he can't really do the things Rudiger can do. Just in terms of driving out with the ball, playing those long passes on a consistent basis out wide. But I thought defensively he was okay. He done his job. Shaky at times. Obviously, at times he got twisted up by Aaron's. And he got unlucky at times as well. But overall, he done the job today, considering he's going to Barcelona as well. So hopefully he just plays well for us for the rest of the season. And yeah, good luck to him at Barcelona, Christensen. But for today, he done a decent job. So I'll give him a 7. Trevor Chalobah, he scored. So I'll give him a 7. But he also conceded the penalty. So it's a bit of a dingly ding, dingly dong. So it's a madness. But I think overall, first half, good performance. Got the goal, defended well, one-on-ones, he done well. He covered for Aspie when he needed to. Second half, shaky, started falling over, started looking slippery on the ball, conceded the penalty. So he had a 50-50 game. He had like a one good half, one bad half. So I'll give him a 6 for that reason, because he did contribute to the win as well, because he did score a goal. So yeah, I'll give Trevor Chalobah a 6. Because the second half was quite poor, I can't lie. But like I said in my match review, do go check my match review out, by the way. But like I said, he's 22 years old. It's his first season in the Premier League. Give him time. He's shown his talents, and he'll definitely improve further. It was just like Tomori. So yeah, he gets a 6 for today. Move on now to the wing back, starting with Azpilicueta. I thought he had a decent first half, getting forward. And I thought he got back at times as well. There was one moment, Norwich nearly caught him in behind, and you thought Brandon Williams was going to get away from him, but he managed to handle him, bodied him, dealt with the situation, defensively solid, barely got exposed, but when he did, obviously, like I said beforehand, Trevor Chalobah was there to cover him. I felt like he really did link up with Mason Mount and Kai Havertz really well, played a couple 1-2s, put a couple good balls into the box, won a couple corners as well. So overall, Aspie done well for the 45 minutes that he had out there, so I'll give him a 7 for today. Saul down the left-hand side, not much, to be honest with you. He probably provided like one good cross in the game, but he's another one. He's not a left wing back. And he didn't really do much, but there's not much wrong he did going forward. But defensively, that second half, eventually, when they started going down the left-hand side, boy, oh boy, they really start, like, for a good, like, 5-10 minutes of that game in the second half, they went at him, and they absolutely killed him. They absolutely ruined him. Do you know what I'm saying? So I felt sorry for him, considering again he's not a left wing back, but he's just filling in for the team because I guess Marcos Alonso wasn't ready for this game today. Maybe I was hoping Malang Sarr could maybe come on just to solidify that position defensively, lock it off. You know what I'm saying? He's aggressive with his slide tackles and his pace as well. I thought that would have happened, but at the end, Saul handled himself and he done decent. So I'll give him a 6 for today. We move on now to the two midfielders, Jorginho. Good first half for Jorginho. Kept the ball moving. I was liking his passing. He was very, very ambitious as well in it. Tried to find some long balls. Tried to pass it as forward as much as possible. Good in the build-up play. Helped us a lot in that as well. So good first half. Second half was when things started to shift a bit. When the game went to Norwich is where I felt like he was a bit poor. For some reason, I'm seeing him high up the pitch as if he's a box-to-box midfielder. I'm seeing him trying to press. I'm like, what are you doing, mate? And they just kept on cutting through him the second half. And I didn't really like that too much, in my opinion. Just my opinion. I didn't really like it, that he was as high as he was. I felt like he could have been deeper, especially when Norwich on the ball and let Cover do sort of the pressing. But it was the other way around, which was weird. But yeah, he just showed his defensive weakness and, just his lack of pace just, sort of was exposed as well. So, yeah, that was a bit of a negative for me. So, overall, I'll give Jorginho a 6.5 for today. Moving on to Kovacic as well. Kovacic was interesting today. I thought he had an okay game. I'll give him a 7. I thought he had an okay game. I felt like he wasn't as much exposed as Jorginho was because he was the one sitting deeper at times in the second half. But I thought at times in that second half, if those players that really got us out of situations, he was one of the players alongside probably a Thiago Silva and even a Chalobah at times. Where he'd get the ball from deep when, Norwich have just had it and he'd get us out of trouble. And, he'd find that good pass, whether it was to Mason Mount, whether it was to Ruben Loftus-Cheek down the right-hand side, when he pinged the ball, whether it was to Timo Werner for him to run in behind and try just do something with it. So I felt like that was a good sign from him, and he had a good first half. He nearly scored a banger from outside the box, which very, very close, but it looks like his shooting is getting better, so fair play to him. I'll give him a 7 for today. We move on now to the front three, starting off with Timo Werner. Probably one of the worst players on the pitch, if not the worst player on the pitch. At least with the others, for example, Chalobah, he had a good first half, poor second half. Jorginho, good first half, poor second half. Saul, average game, to be honest. I felt like Timo Werner, just from the beginning to the end, just had a poor game. He just had a poor game, and he went off, and rightly so, because he was clearly the worst player on the pitch. The guy just does not have a football brain. He just does not, man. He just, sometimes I just look at him and he's just like, he looks like he doesn't want to be there. Like, he looks like he's not interested. He just looks like he hasn't really settled in the Premier League at all. And that's understandable because the way he plays just doesn't suit the Prem. When he got the ball, he was a bit predictable on it. Either he would just pass it backwards, or when he was driving forward with it, he'd just go and cut in on his left and try putting a cross or shot. It's predictable with Timo Werner. And another thing Timo does a lot, and I've just noticed this recently, And it's really starting to bother me now, where there was one moment today, right? And he did this a couple times in the game today, but there was one that properly stood out to me. One of the moments where Kovacic got out of a tight situation when Norwich were pressuring us in our 18-yard box. He got the ball cover, he got past a couple players and played in a really nice ball in behind for Timo Werner. Timo Werner's running straight to the ball. He's quick. Yeah, you expect him to reach there, right? There's another man coming from another angle, chasing, running his ass off. Like, you can tell he's running at his quickest. And do you know what Timo Werner does? Instead of running, being determined to get that ball and move forward with it, the guy slows down and Hanley gets it in the end and it goes out for a throw-in. And he's done that a couple times where he's in a foot race, right? He's running for the ball and there's somebody else coming for the ball as well. And eventually, because he probably knows they're going to come in for a slide tackle, he just slows down because he cares about himself. He doesn't want to take the risk. He's not determined enough to go and get the ball. There's a lack of something there. That's a lack of a bit of a desire, a lack of care, in my opinion. And I don't know. For me, if it was up to me in the summer, he'd go for me. Technically, he's just not good enough. Mentality-wise, he does have a good mentality, but I felt like in today's game, I didn't think he really cared like that about today. It felt like he just, I don't know how to describe it, but it was weird with Timo Werner today. It just felt like he just wanted to just get out of there as quickly as possible, because it was a really poor performance from him today, and I didn't like it at all. There was probably no positives he made. I even barely saw him press today, so he gets a 4 today. Poor. Technically, didn't press, horrible on the ball, bad first touch. Like, I'm not even trying to get onto him like that. I really hoped he'd do well at Chelsea, but looks like he isn't, so yeah, he gets a 4. Move on now to Mason Mount. Really good game from Mason Mount today. Really like that first half of his, where when there was so much space, because like I said in my match review, Norwich was so poor in the first half, yeah. They left so much space, man, on so many areas of the pitch. No wonder everyone in our team was cooking. Cover, Jorginho, Mason, Kai, even Aspilicueta. The only person that wasn't really taking advantage of the space was Timo Werner, but the one who was taking advantage the most out of the space being given to them, Mason Mount. He was everywhere down the right-hand side, man. Down the right-hand side, he was everywhere. He was infield, he was out wide, he dropped deep, he received the ball, he was driving with the ball, he's linking up with Aspilicueta, linking up with Halves, giving a couple 1-2s. Do you know what I'm saying? His deliveries at times were quality today as well. Probably should have scored off the corner a couple times, First, you got the assist for the goal. Trevor Chalobah, really good ball in. It's a really difficult ball to really deal with for the keeper as well, because do you really want to come out? Do you not? The defenders, they don't know what they're doing, to be honest. So it was a really good ball and they got the assist, and he scored a really, really good goal as well. Great first touch, opens his body up, so he can take the ball away from his man, and he just slaps it into the roof of the net. So yeah, great performance from Mason Mount. Linked up, dropped deep, running behind, 1-2s, everything. Just a really good Mason Mount performance. Goal and an assist as well, so fair play to him. He gets an 8.5. You know what? He probably gets a 9 today. He's probably my man of the match. He was really, really good. And Kai Havertz can get an 8.5 for today's game. Just because, look, he, like I said in my match review as well, he's just proving that we just should have given him time in the number 9 role, because he's just doing everything you just sort of want in a number 9. It's just the one thing with Kai that everyone wanted was for him to score goals. And today, he linked up the players always. He showed his skill set. He was driving with the ball. He was giving 1-2s. He was finding passes, really good passes out wide for them to cross it in. He was making runs down the left, down the right, holding up the ball. You know what I'm saying? You've noticed how when he's in the team, nobody complains about chances created. Nobody complains. Nobody complains about chances created. Oh, we need to create chances for him. He creates chances for himself. That's what I want in my striker, and that's what he's clearly showing. So I gotta say, fair play to Kai Havertz in terms of that. And he gets a 9. No, he gets an 8.5 for today. So fair play to him. We move on to substitutes real quick. Lukaku didn't have enough time, but I'll give him a 6. He done okay. Had a shot as well with his first touch. So other than that, nothing really happened for him. You look at the other substitutions. Kante came on, gets a 7.5, done really well, showed energy, showed that defensive awareness, tackles, interceptions, all of that shit as well. The typical stuff, you know what I'm saying? And got the assist for the goal as well. Good assist for Kante. You know, got the ball, drove with it a bit, gave it to Kai Havertz, slapped it top bins. Really good goal from Kai Havertz, by the way. Fair play to him in terms of that as well. I think Kai got an assist as well for the Mason Mount goal too. So yeah, fair play to Kai. But Kante done well, 7.5. Ruben Loftus-Cheek got twisted up, bun up, down that right hand side. Defensively just wasn't it because he's not a right wing back. But going forward, I was impressed. Gave a couple good crosses in, you know, took on his players, showed that skill set, got past players. Good from Ruben. 50-50, so I'll give him a 6 because he was good going forward, but poor defensively, but it is what it is. This is your player ratings video, guys. Tell me yours down below. Like, comment, subscribe, turn those post notifications, and I'll see you guys whenever I see you guys. Peace.